The 1970s was a paradise of bright, rich, and creative desserts. Yet today, most of them have vanished without a trace. From playfully colored cakes to soft candies fragrant with caramel, each recipe carries the story of an era obsessed with canned goods, Jell-O, and convenience. If you've ever wondered what kind of treats your parents or grandparents enjoyed, this video is for you. Let's explore 25 famous desserts from the 1970s that hardly anyone sees anymore. Magic Cookie Bar. If we had to choose one dessert that perfectly embodied the home baking spirit of the 70s, it would definitely be the Magic Cookie Bar. This neat, square treat starts with a crunchy, buttery graham cracker crust as its foundation, solid yet melt in your mouth, generously topped with sticky, sweet, condensed milk. On top of that is a perfect arrangement of melted chocolate chips, rich butterscotch chips, shredded coconut, and chopped nuts like pecans or walnuts. This treat originated from an Eagle brand recipe in the 60s and quickly became a favorite due to its irresistible combination of textures and flavors. In some regions, it was also known by the more romantic name Hello Dolly Bars. Thanks to the popularity of the musical, 70s moms loved them because they were incredibly easy to make, requiring mostly just layering ingredients without spending much time mixing dough or handling messy cleanup. Just a single pan was needed. Their chewy and gooey texture, like a slice of heaven, left a deep imprint on 70s culinary memories. Napoleons. The Napoleon, also known by the elegant name millefeuille, literally 1,000 leaves, is a masterpiece of delicacy and a symbol of sophistication and refinement in the high-end bakeries and restaurants of the 70s. This is a sweet pastry that demands skill and high precision. The Napoleon consists of many layers of delicate puff pastry, baked to a golden hue and an absolute crispness. Sandwiched between these light, flaky layers is rich, smooth, and creamy pastry cream, creating a perfect balance. The top layer is finished with a thin, glossy glaze, often adorned with artistic chocolate drizzles, sometimes in neat rectangles, creating an absolutely stunning appearance. In the 70s, enjoying a slice of Napoleon was an act of self-indulgence and a statement of culinary refinement. Creating such perfectly precise layers required significant meticulousness from the baker. Although this dessert conveyed a sense of luxury, it gradually appeared less frequently as culinary trends shifted toward lighter, simpler desserts that demanded less preparation and presentation time. Wacky Cake, also known as Depression Cake, carries with it a fascinating historical story of resilience and ingenuity in cooking, especially during times of economic hardship when eggs and milk were scarce or too expensive. The secret of the homemakers back then was using vinegar and baking soda together to create a chemical reaction, helping the cake batter rise perfectly without the need for eggs or milk. This inadvertently made it a vegan treat before the term became mainstream. The genius of this recipe lies in the fact that you only needed to mix everything right in the baking pan, which saved time and reduced mess for busy mothers and those with few kitchen tools. Wacky Cake often had a rich chocolate flavor, surprisingly moist and soft, despite lacking traditional ingredients. It is a lesson in thrift and kitchen creativity. Although it delivered a moist, rich chocolate flavor without milked eggs, it couldn't compete with the complexity and flamboyance of modern desserts or cakes using fresher, richer ingredients. Nevertheless, it remains a culinary legacy honoring the intelligence of the previous generation. Snowball Cookies. During the holidays, nothing was as joyful as making those small, snowy white snowball cookies with the family. Snowball cookies are a classic shortbread cookie filled with chopped nuts like almonds or pecans, creating a crunchy and buttery texture. They're mixed into a flavorful butter dough, then shaped into small balls. The crucial step in the recipe is chilling the dough so the cookies maintain their compact, round shape and don't spread while baking. After baking, they are thoroughly rolled in powdered sugar while still warm, creating the look of small, perfectly white snowballs. Sometimes they were rolled again once cooled to enhance the whiteness and achieve a perfect shape. These cookies were beloved because they were easy to make and easy to package. This was a classic, effortless holiday treat, perfect for sharing, appearing at many 70s holiday parties, often made in large batches by mothers to gift to neighbors and friends. The sight of these pure white cookies on a platter was a symbol of generosity and holiday cheer. Although they are still common, they are no longer the trendy treat they once were, but their warm, nutty, buttery flavor still evokes beautiful childhood memories. Butterscotch Brownies. Before dark chocolate became the star dominating all baked goods, there was a golden, alluring brownie called Butterscotch Brownies, or Blondies. Blondies were cut into neat squares, standing out thanks to their contrasting texture. The center was chewy and gooey, while the edges were perfectly crisp. The main ingredients of Blondies include melted butter, brown sugar, flour, eggs, and baking powder, highlighted by melted butterscotch chips, which created that warm and familiar sweetness. They were famous for being extremely easy to make and less demanding than dark chocolate, requiring just mixing the ingredients in a single bowl. Their simplicity and good shelf life made them a convenient and beloved choice for potlucks, gift exchange parties, or simply a snack kept ready by mom in the kitchen. However, as bakers and homemakers began to explore more gourmet flavors and the love for chocolate intensified, these familiar Blondies gradually faded, but their warm butterscotch flavor remains an unforgettable taste of nostalgia. Hawaiian Joy Dessert. The 70s was a period when Americans were fascinated by tropical flavors and convenience, and the Hawaiian Joy Dessert perfectly reflected that obsession. This dessert is built in layers, starting with a crispy crust made from crushed cookies, followed by layers of sweet crushed pineapple, rich coconut pudding, and fluffy whipped topping macadamia nuts were often sprinkled on top to add crunch and a distinctive nutty flavor. The combination of crispy nuts, creamy pudding, and fruity pineapple made every bite a mini vacation for the taste buds. This dessert was extremely popular in the summer because it was easy to make, no bake, required chilling, and provided a cool, refreshing feeling like being on a Hawaiian beach. Homemakers appreciated the recipe for its quickness and high wow factor. It was often shaped into squares for convenience at family gatherings or picnics. Its popularity gradually declined as tropical flavors became more mainstream, and recipes utilizing fresh fruit gained favor. Hummingbird Cake. The legendary Hummingbird Cake is a culinary pride of the American South, carrying warm, rich flavors and particularly a story of homemakers' creativity. Hummingbird Cake is a rich and comforting blend of mashed ripe bananas, crushed pineapple, crunchy pecans, and cinnamon. All these fruity and spicy flavors are tied together by a layer of superb cream cheese frosting, which is slightly tangy and rich, creating a perfect balance for the cake's sweetness. Your mother loved this treat because it had a unique and complex flavor, yet was quite easy to make for any gathering. Just mix the basic ingredients and bake. This cake was created by Mrs. L. H. Wiggins in Greensboro, North Carolina, and gained national fame after the recipe was published in Southern Living magazine in 1978. It was named Hummingbird because people said its aroma and sweetness were so captivating that even hummingbirds would fly in to enjoy it. In the 1970s, this tall, generously frosted layer cake was always the centerpiece of every Southern party. If these legendary desserts bring back memories of the 1970s for you, hit the hype button right below to join us in keeping these vanished flavors alive through time. Watergate Cake. The Watergate Cake is a unique culinary icon of the 70s, famous not only for its distinct flavor, but also for its intriguing name, tied to a sensational political event of the era. This cake features a characteristic mint green color, an eye-catching shade that reflected the era's trend for vibrant colors. The cake flavor was artificial, but highly popular pistachio. Homemakers often used instant pistachio pudding mix to achieve both the flavor and the color. The cake was often made lighter and fluffier thanks to the addition of club soda to the batter, creating a uniquely moist texture. A combination of pistachios and pineapple was sometimes also used to enhance moisture and a light tropical flavor. This cake was often baked as a large sheet cake, super easy to slice and serve at casual gatherings or church events. However, as palates shifted toward more natural sweets and fewer artificial flavors, the star power of this gaudy green cake faded, yet it remains an unforgettable culinary memory of a tumultuous historical period. Poke cake. Last century, homemakers always wanted to transform a simple baked cake into a super moist and colorful showstopper. The poke cake, which emerged in the 70s, was exactly that creation. The recipe usually starts with a simple vanilla or chocolate cake baked in a pan. The secret lies in needing to strategically poke holes all over the cake surface immediately after baking using a toothpick or a chopstick end. These holes are then filled with flavored fillings like liquid Jell-O, pudding, or even condensed milk. This technique allows the filling to soak deep into the cake, creating an incredibly moist dessert with attractive layers of flavor and marbled colors inside. Jell-O played a significant role in promoting this versatile dish, marketing it as a quick solution to create eye-catching and unique desserts. Poke cake was often topped with whipped cream or Cool Whip, then garnished with fresh fruit and served on a large family-friendly platter. Jell-O 1, 2, 3 dessert is a clear testament to the 70s fascination with convenient food and the idea of space-age technology in the kitchen. Jell-O 1, 2, 3 dessert was not ordinary Jell-O. It was a special powder capable of automatically separating into 3 distinct layers upon setting. It sounded almost like defying conventional physics. Those 3 layers included a clear gelatin layer at the bottom, a rich, creamy mousse layer in the middle, and a light, airy foam layer on top. This product came in various flavors like strawberry, orange, and raspberry, and mesmerized families with its transformation. Mothers of that era absolutely loved this dessert. This was due to its no-bake simplicity that still delivered a stunning visual and vibrant colors. This maximum convenience made it a staple at potluck parties. Unfortunately, the product was discontinued in the 1990s, but it represents America's obsession with gelatin-based desserts and convenience foods, prioritizing visual impact over cooking time, making it a sweet taste of innovation from the 70s era. Pudding Pops. Remember the late 70s summers when Jell-O revolutionized the frozen popsicle, bringing a completely new experience to kids? Pudding Pops were frozen treats made from milk, sugar, and concentrated pudding mix, which delivered a super smooth, rich flavor and a much more creamy, decadent feel. Jell-O stirred up the frozen treat market when they launched this product, and they quickly became popular thanks to various flavors like chocolate, vanilla, and swirl. They later gained widespread fame due to Bill Cosby's clever advertising campaign with the slogan, "Pudding in a Pop," which lodged deep into the memory of an entire generation. Many still clearly remember the bright, cheerful packaging and especially their unique non-wooden popsicle stick, which allowed kids to enjoy them without worry of splinters or bits of wood. Pudding Pops were the perfect snack after dinner or on a hot summer afternoon. Despite their widespread popularity, Kraft decided to discontinue Pudding Pops in the early 2000s in an effort to streamline their product catalog. Their disappearance was a great regret, leading many older adults today to still search for recipes to recreate this smooth pudding pop at home. Snowball Cakes. The Snowball Cakes, immediately evoking images of cold winter days and warm holiday atmospheres, were an extremely popular pre-packaged snack in the 70s. They were named after their shape, resembling a cool, small, and lovely snowball. Inside was a rich chocolate sponge cake, covered by a layer of soft, sticky marshmallow filling. The most special thing was the outer coating, a thick, pure white layer of shredded coconut, exactly like fresh snow. They were prevalent as pre-packaged snacks from major brands like Hostess. Easily bought at any supermarket, Snowball Cakes were a cute, convenient snack that mothers could quickly pack into their children's lunchboxes. The combination of rich chocolate and soft, sweet marshmallow, along with the chewiness of the coconut, created a fun and colorful culinary experience. Like many other packaged items from the 70s, Snowball Cakes gradually lost attention as consumers started looking for more natural and less processed options. Nevertheless, their image remains a lovely memory of the simplicity of snacks from that era. Pink Champagne Cake. When recalling 70s parties, many will remember the pink champagne cake. True to its name, this cake featured mothers using real champagne in the batter, creating a light, airy feel with tiny bubbles in the cake's crumb structure. The cake was typically dyed a soft pink color to enhance its festive and elegant look. It was also frosted with champagne-infused buttercream, turning every slice into a subtle celebration. This cake was both a delicious dessert and a fun, entertaining element. It was a top choice for weddings and big celebrations, thanks to its elegant appearance and often decorated with edible pearls or delicate frosting patterns. Pink champagne cake represented the culinary trend of creating an event and sophistication at home. Although it is no longer widely favored today, for those who celebrated important milestones in the 70s, this gentle champagne flavor remains a memory of glamorous extravagance. Magic Pan Layered Crepe Cake. If you ever dined at the legendary Magic Pan restaurant chain in the 60s and 70s, you'll immediately remember this actual crepe cake's culinary masterpiece. Magic Pan crepe cakes were a tribute to the delicate layering art of fragile crepes. The basic crepe batter consisted only of flour, eggs, milk, and butter. But the special feature lay in the technique, stacking thin crepe layers interspersed with various fillings ranging from sweet creams, fresh fruit, to savory cheese. Each layer was carefully assembled so the flavors blended beautifully, providing a rare, luxurious dining experience at the time. Their fame came from the rare gourmet dining experience and innovation. Customers could also watch chefs working directly, cooking the crepes on special hot pans. The layered crepe cake was a dessert that demanded patience and skill, often decorated artfully with sauces or powdered sugar, making the enjoyment of it a special occasion. Their popularity waned along with the closure of the Magic Pan restaurant chain and the shift towards more casual dining trends, but they remain a memory of a time when people began exploring international cuisine. Neapolitan-style ice cream sandwich. Neapolitan ice cream sandwiches were a playful and colorful treat indispensable for 70s summer picnics and parties. Inspired by the Italian Neapolitan ice cream tradition, Neapolitan ice cream sandwiches combined three classic ice cream flavors: vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, layered vibrantly and sandwiched between thin, crispy cookies or wafers. This was a fun, easy-to-eat option, providing a brilliant combination of flavors and colors, making it a must-have at family reunions, birthday parties, and community events. This was a convenient solution that mothers could buy pre-made to please every palate. The distinct ice cream layers visible through the cookies created an appealing contrast of creaminess and crunch. The gentle vanilla, rich chocolate, and sweet sour strawberry flavors blended, yet each maintained its independence. However, as the dessert market became flooded with more exotic and sophisticated flavors, this simple tricolor sandwich gradually retreated into the background. The Neapolitan ice cream sandwich remains a nostalgic symbol of simplicity and childhood joy, recalling an era when this three-flavor choice represented the pinnacle of variety. Divinity. Divinity was not just a candy, but a piece of kitchen art, requiring patience and precision, often skillfully prepared by mothers for important holiday occasions. Divinity is a smooth, soft candy, like a white cloud that melts right in your mouth. It is primarily whipped from egg whites, sugar, and corn syrup, often with pecans or walnuts added for crunch and enhanced nutty flavor. The secret to making Divinity lies in the technique. It was a difficult challenge for mothers because it was highly sensitive to humidity and temperature, requiring the sugar mixture to be cooked to the precise temperature and the egg whites to be whipped at just the right moment. But when successful, it delivered a sweet, airy, heavenly taste. Divinity became extremely popular during holidays like Christmas or Thanksgiving, often scooped into small, charming cloud shapes onto wax paper and shared with friends and neighbors. It was a culinary tradition, showcasing the meticulousness and care of the homemakers. Over time, the tradition of making Divinity from scratch diminished as easier, more convenient candies appeared. Tequila Sunrise Cake. The 70s was an era of vibrant parties, colorful outfits, and slightly unconventional food, exemplified by the cake inspired by the famous cocktail, the Tequila Sunrise Cake. To recreate the cocktail's vibrant colors, bakers mixed fragrant orange zest and pomegranate syrup, grenadine, into the batter, along with a splash of tequila to enhance the flavor and moisture of the cake crumb. The grenadine created a brilliant sunrise effect, transitioning from bright orange to deep reddish pink, making the cake a visual focal point on the party table. When served, it was often garnished with an orange slice or a maraschino cherry. The cake's specialty was the sweet-sour citrus flavor, combined with a subtle kick from the tequila, creating a more complex and adult taste experience compared to typical sweets. This cake symbolized the freedom and exuberance of 70s party culture. As consumer tastes shifted toward simpler and healthier flavors, moving away from alcoholic components in desserts, the glamorous appeal of this cake faded, and it became a sweet, slightly rebellious memory of a bygone era. Fruit Cocktail Cake. Fruit cocktail cake is a symbol of the resourcefulness and maximization skills of 70s American homemakers. This is a nostalgic dish using canned fruit cocktail, including the syrup, mixed with flour, eggs, and other basic baking ingredients. This cake was very popular because of its ease of preparation, a cinch to whip up on a whim, and could be made spontaneously without needing a grocery run. Its unique characteristic is the topping made from brown sugar, which becomes perfectly crisp and caramelized in the oven, creating an interesting textural contrast. The syrup from the fruit cocktail helped the cake become absolutely moist. It was typically baked in a square pan and served directly from the dish, making it a comfortable, rustic, and family-friendly treat. Like many other convenience foods based on canned goods, it was gradually replaced as fresher and more natural ingredients became the standard and consumers started caring more about healthy eating. But it remains a testament to the clever resourcefulness of women from that era. Peach Melba Dessert. Peach Melba is a luxurious, elegant dessert with a classic European flair that became popular among the American elite in the 70s. This dessert was created specifically for the Australian opera singer Nellie Melba by a famous French chef, Auguste Escoffier. It was popular in the 70s for its simple yet refined combination. Peaches poached in syrup to enhance sweetness and softness, then placed atop rich vanilla ice cream and drizzled with a delicious, slightly tart raspberry sauce. Peach Melba dessert was known for its lightness and freshness, a pleasant change from the heavier sweets of the time. This dish was often served in stylish glass cups or dishes to show off the beautiful contrasting layers of color. The secret is the balance between the sweetness of the peaches and ice cream, along with the slight tang of the raspberry sauce, creating an elegant freshness. It was often served in stylish glass dishes to showcase the beautiful contrasting color layers of yellow peaches, white cream, and bright red raspberry sauce, creating a premium dining experience. Although elegant and refreshing, this dish remained a sophisticated choice, requiring careful preparation. Tea cakes. Sometimes, the sweetest things come from simplicity, without needing extravagance, and tea cakes are the perfect representation of that culinary philosophy. True to their name, these are small, sweet cookies, born to accompany a hot cup of tea or coffee. Their basic recipe is very simple, typically consisting only of butter, sugar, flour, eggs, and maybe a hint of lemon or vanilla to enhance the flavor. The cakes were usually baked small, round, and covered with a light dusting of powdered sugar on the surface. In the American South, tea cakes were often like soft, sweet cookies, completely unpretentious, giving a familiar and cozy feeling. They became a staple because they were easy to make and were the perfect choice for a tea break or a light dessert after a meal. Mothers loved them because they had good shelf stability and could be prepared quickly. Tea cakes represent the simple elegance and hospitable culture of Americans. Though simple, these cookies are a gentle reminder of traditional values. Penuche. In the list of classics, we absolutely must mention a vintage New England candy that isn't chocolate, yet is equally sweet and rich. That is Penuche. Penuche is a distinctive soft fudge that uses large amounts of brown sugar mixed with butter, milk, and vanilla. This gives it a deep, molasses-like caramel flavor, entirely different from typical chocolate fudge. The texture of Penuche is slightly grainy, but melt in your mouth, unlike the smoothness of modern fudge. The secret to making this candy is cooking the sugar mixture to just the right temperature, then beating it until it thickens before pouring it into a pan to set. It is a candy that requires the patience and precision of the maker. Penuche, often mixed with pecans or walnuts, was a beloved treat at New England fall fairs and holidays, offering a rustic old-school charm. This is a rustic old-fashioned candy that gradually faded with the advent of more convenient industrial candies and modern sweets. But its signature brown sugar flavor remains a warm memory of traditional holidays. Crepe Suzette. Crepe Suzette is a fiery French dessert that brought tableside culinary theater into 70s family dining rooms. This delicate French dessert consists of thin pancakes, crepes, covered in a sauce made from caramelized sugar, butter, fresh orange juice, and orange zest. The trick to making the perfect orange sauce is cooking it long enough for the sugar to caramelize without burning, maintaining the fresh orange flavor. The absolute highlight truly occurred when the dish was flambéed right at the table using Grand Marnier or Cointreau, creating dramatic, faint blue flames. The sight of the flames and the aroma of orange mingling with the liquor created an unforgettable sensory experience, emphasizing the host's sophistication and attention to detail. Famous television chefs of the time, like Julia Child, inspired homemakers to dare to try making this delicate and dramatic dish at home for special occasions. Although this dish is less common today due to its complexity and the elaborate fire display, Velveeta Fudge. Velveeta Fudge is perhaps one of the most shocking and incredible recipes, yet it is also the clearest testament to the creative and resourceful spirit of mid-20th century American cuisine. It is a type of chocolate fudge, but its most secret and surprising ingredient is Velveeta processed cheese, combined with cocoa powder, butter, and powdered sugar. The secret to the success of this recipe is that Velveeta is soft, salty, and melts perfectly. When melted and mixed, the cheese flavor completely vanishes, leaving only super smooth chocolate fudge with an astonishingly silky texture and a subtle hint of salt that balances the sweetness. This was a cherished family secret, passed down through generations with the humorous advice, "Try it before you judge." Velveeta Fudge is a symbol of ingenuity in using convenient packaged products to achieve excellent quality. Although using cheese and fudge sounds bizarre today, it is a part of culinary history, a nostalgic dish remembered for its delightful surprise. Butter and sugar sandwich. Not every dessert requires an oven or a complex recipe. Sometimes, the sweetest things come from the simplest, most familiar ingredients in the kitchen. This dish is simply soft white bread, spread with a thick layer of butter and sprinkled with coarse white sugar. The art lies in the butter spreading. The butter needs to be just the right consistency so the sugar doesn't dissolve immediately, creating a satisfying crunch between your teeth when you bite. The butter and sugar sandwich is the most rustic, humble sweet treat on this list, an addictive poor man's snack that canteen friends envied by lunchtime. The sugar often partially dissolved into the butter, creating a sticky, sweet glaze. Sometimes, the sugar formed beautiful crystalline patterns in the butter, like edible snowflakes. Although it is no longer favored as an official dessert, it still holds a special place in childhood memories. The dessert recipes of the 1970s may have vanished from the modern kitchen, but the flavors and memories they left behind remain intact. If you found today's journey interesting and want to continue exploring the cooking secrets that nourished an entire generation, remember to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest videos. And don't leave just yet. In the next video, 40 clever food hacks Grandma used to make cooking easier, we will explore the super smart cooking tips our grandmothers used, from utilizing residual heat for proofing dough to time-saving tricks in a cramped kitchen. You definitely won't want to miss it.